live streamers, you know the deal. Drop where you are tuning in from in the comments so I know I'm live. I know it takes a little bit for Restream to connect on the different platforms. So we are streaming live from Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn today because I have some very exciting news for all of you. For those of you who are tuning in on a replay, go ahead and put those hashtag replays. So that way, if you have any questions, we can get back to them for you. And for those of you joining me for the first time, welcome. I am 𝐂𝐐𝐵 Bartos, founder of Jolt Your Career. It is a job search consulting firm, and I basically help ambitious professionals like yourself land your perfect fit role, making more money than ever before, which is perfect for our conversation today. But before I bring in my very special guest, I'm going to start with celebrating. Typically, I celebrate client wins, but today I want to celebrate my grandfather's health. Many of you know he was in the ICU, so I visited him last week, which is why I didn't go live. And by the end of my trip, he was being silly with my son and remembered who I was. And it was just such a beautiful moment. For any of those of you with aging parents or loved ones, you know, getting into your 90s can be a little bit rough, but seeing him steal my son's nose and my son freaking out that his nose was lost, it was special. And another thing to celebrate, it's my birthday month. So I'm obnoxious when it comes to my birthday, so block me now. But I do have a very special birthday giveaway, which is a resume template for anyone who comments hashtag replay into this event for the entire month of June, or excuse me, not hashtag replay, hashtag lead the movement, because that's what we're talking about today. So let me go ahead and bring in Jamar Jones and Randy. Hey guys.
What up? What up?
Hey.
All right. So we've got some people tuning in. A LinkedIn user from DC, Destiny from Louisville, Monica from New York, Michelle from Tampa, Kelsey from Houston, somebody else from Wisconsin, Lisa from Jersey. Oh, we got a couple people tuning in from Houston. What's up, Texas?
Hey.
So I'll keep giving everybody shout outs. But now let's shout out you guys. Randy, you're next on my screen. So why don't you go ahead, share who you are, what you do, and then we'll get into why we're here today.
Hello, this is Randy Wilinski from Foureva Media. I am the project assassin. And so what does that mean? I do whatever has to be done at Foureva Media. That's come in. You know, so and that usually takes a form of something like this, doing podcast producing or doing business development or organizing our sponsors or projects that we have going on, even for the conference that we're going to talk about. So whatever's needing to be done, I'm all about it at Foureva Media.
Awesome. And Jamar, who are you?
Man, I'm trying to figure that out every day of my life. My name is Jamar Jones. I am the owner of Foureva Media. I'm also a speaker and the author of a book called Change Your Circle, Change Your Life. And super excited to be here today with you, 𝐂𝐐𝐵, talking about the Lead the Movement Business Conference, which is something that we all really believe in, to really make a statement, to really move the needle forward of togetherness, just internal transformation, mindset, on so many different levels of hot topics that are going on today.
Yes. So I am going to be one of the speakers for the Recruitment and Retention panel that Randy is hosting. So all of you job seekers that are in the comments right now, whether that be Facebook, YouTube, or LinkedIn, go ahead and share some of the things that you want to see businesses do, because we can incorporate some of that feedback at the conference. And so what this conference is, it's not actually a conference. I think it's more of an experience. Now, Jamar, Randy, this is your thing, but it is an experience. It's going so much past just listening to people speak. It's learning, it's engaging in community, it's bringing people together to implement best practices, to really take businesses to the next level, but doing so based on their talent, which I love.
Yes.
So, Jamar,
Yes.
why don't you kick us off and tell us, some of who the special guests are going to be?
Oh my God. Well, we got some newly special guests to announce. So we have now gotten a commitment from Google that we will have someone be represented on our tech session. Our name is 𝐿𝐴𝐮𝐻 Washington, and she is Global Workforce Development Program Manager of Google. And so she's going to really be diving into from a talent perspective, but also workforce perspective and technology of working at Google, which is a giant beast of an organization. To get them to, do anything, you really got to know how to move and have leadership, within that role. We also just got a partnership with Red Bull.
Nice.
Also have a Midwest athlete be on the panel. We are going to, that's our entertainment panel. So that's good. That's going down. And then I just got off a call this morning with Northwestern Mutual. So they're going to be also fully committed, and they're going to have a representative on our brand and strategy panel.
That's awesome.
So we're cooking right now. We got the grease.
Sizzling.
I cannot wait to. I love these big name companies, but what I'm really hoping is that small to mid-sized businesses will get really involved, because the thing is, all of these huge businesses, we love them, we need them, we're fans of them, we work at them, yes, but small to mid-sized businesses are the ones in our community that make our communities better. And there's so much opportunity for job seekers to work at these type of organizations and have the type of impact that they want in their career, the type of challenges that they can't necessarily get at these mega organizations. And so for any of the small businesses that I'm connected with, you better get your asses there. I know manufacturing is huge in Milwaukee, as it is in Chicago. How do you get the talent that you need from executives all the way through and in between?
Yes.
And that are some of the things that we're going to be talking about at this conference and today. So, Jonathan, thank you for joining in. We're so excited to have a global workforce representative from Google going to be at this conference.
Nice.
Destiny said, I know that's right. And 2022 is looking hot. I bet it's going to be looking real hot. Let's see. Chad says a room full of bosses. You already know that's right.
Let's go, Chad.
What's good?
And Monica says, I'd like to see these businesses offer more employee engagement opportunities to make them feel appreciated as individuals. And Monica, I love that you added that. So let's go ahead and dive right into how businesses can do that. Coming from workforce development, I partnered as a government employee with local businesses to help them make their employees feel more appreciated, to have more opportunities for growth and advancement through continuing education and training. And so that is often what a lot of employees want. Yes, they want, cool perks like cafeterias and things like that. But at the end of, and John says food truck Fridays. Yeah, John, I'm all about those food truck Fridays. Absolutely. But we also want to make sure that employees have an opportunity to grow. Because to Jamar's point, technology is constantly changing. So we constantly have to be giving our employees opportunities to grow and advance. And we need to be doing that within. Yes. Otherwise, they're going to go out. So, Randy, Jamar, what you got on this?
Yeah, I'll just jump in and say one of the points you made, 100% that small to medium-sized companies need to jump on this opportunity, because a lot of times the big companies like Google and some of these other ones, Northwestern Mutual, they've got a machine built to help with this type of education. So even if it's not going to be the unique thing like we're doing, I mean, this is going to be entertainment mixed with education, which is just totally different than most people go to. But smaller companies, they don't even have the opportunity. They might not have the traditional budget or allocate for it. So this is an opportunity for them to get in and learn a little bit. And the things that we're mostly focused about, that we're excited about, is recruiting diverse talent, communicating with diverse talent, and being essential to the community and getting into your community, which is exactly like what you touched on. Is like, how can you be known in your community so people go, you know what, that's a place that I want to go work, or that's a place that has a work environment that already makes it attractive. I know you do a ton of recruiting, so how can you relieve the burden from recruiters to have to hunt down all the people, but make your company a magnet for those people?
Yes.
That's what people need right now. We can't find people. We can't find people. Well, nobody's looking for you. How can you make it so that you're at least advertising, you're out there, and you have branded culture? This is something Jamar and I were just talking about yesterday. That's what we want to have at this conference. How can your culture be the advertising for what you're doing?
Yeah. And I think within companies with employee engagement, it's about having a voice within their organization. And it's also about not squandering on talent within your own organization. A lot of companies, just if it's your job role and they're only just looking at what they're doing on a day-to-day basis, they're not looking at what else are they good at? What are the other skill sets that they have? What are their other passions that they have? So that way they can apply it to what the organization is currently doing and maybe find a different role or move them into a different spot, because that's, where they're going to be happy most. It's about not wasting away that talent and only thinking very linear about the approach when it comes to talent.
Absolutely. One of the things that you said, Randy, is to get people coming to you, but also something that I have found is that when businesses integrate with their communities, it does it as well. When recruiter teams are at the local colleges, are at the local unemployment offices, that collaborate with their local job corps centers, that go or host local job fairs, it brings the community together, exposes them to real leaders. Actually have your people go into the community, not only to rep your product, but to rep your company, because without your people, at the end of the day, you don't have a company. And so that kind of goes to this LinkedIn user. Employers should be honest about their values.
Not have a mask. That's huge.
EEOC, but it doesn't act like it. You know what? That's a great point. There's a lot of lip service that goes around with certain companies. And Jamar, I'm going to let you tackle this first, because you are all about branding. And so a company may brand itself as diverse, but actually not walk the talk. And so how do you help organizations not only be a brand, but live into their brand?
Oh my God. That's an amazing question. And this is what every organization is trying to figure out. They're trying to crack the code on this. And I feel like there's a few steps that you have to take. First, you have to widen your perspective. You have to open your mind to different things. You have to listen to understand and not be understood. That is really the key first. So when you're thinking about all these different diverse cultures and backgrounds and being inclusive, you have to understand kind of what those people are going through, what their culture is, what it's like, and know that you're not going to align with every little thing that they may be in, because you just don't live in that world. You just don't understand it. So you have to just first have that understanding there. And then second of all, you have to make sure there's room for that diverse culture and group of people to grow. And that's going to be so essential within the organization, which I'm finding a lot of, where we get requests that come in and say, hey, we're trying to put this new mentorship program within our organization. And we need it to be branded and represented in a way that's inclusive and very diverse and very open to a lot of different people within our organization. And a lot of companies don't know it. And this was a very large corporation, so they don't even know how to do this, to put this together. And you got to brand it in a way that is has a little bit of style, has a little bit of openness, not so corporate and stuffy. It has to kind of break outside of the guidelines of what you have as a company structure. and really start touching different cultures and people that are representative in those cultures. So that way it's open, like, oh, okay. I can relate to that. And that's really the truth, the relatability of it, and say, I can relate to that. So I'm going to accept it even a little bit quicker because I actually have some type of connection to it.
I think that's what it comes down to, is connection, because representation matters. And so within organizations, there's education and training, there's mentorship, and there's sponsorship. So who's being sponsored? If you really want diversity at all levels of the organization, look at who's being sponsored, because there's a difference. You may be training someone and you may be mentoring someone, but are you opening doors for people? And that's a leadership responsibility. And as a corporate brand, you can absolutely say that that's important to you, but are your leaders doing it? And if not, it's going to take that leader at the top to absolutely influence it. And on the recruitment side, it's going to take those recruiters pushing back and saying, why not this person over this person if they're equally matched? And sometimes it does come down to having those difficult conversations of, hey, this person that you're looking at lacks X, Y, and Z. This person has it. There's a disconnect there, because at the end of the day, as a recruiter, we know there are biases in recruitment. Any study that you look at will show the recruiters are saying, yeah, we're prioritizing diversity, but when they rank resumes side by side, those numbers don't match up.
Right. 100%.
Having been a recruiter, I also know that I'm responsible to the hiring manager. And if that hiring manager is saying, I will not hire a woman for this position, I will not hire this kind of person for this type of position, or whatever it may be, there's a disconnect there that we as recruiters don't always have control of. And so it's a cycle, and it's a collaboration, and it's, Jamar, what's your tagline that you always say? It's a lifestyle. It's a movement. It's not just lip service. So Randy, what you got for me?
Oh yeah, no, you're preaching right now. We should just let you go. Preach to us. Yeah, let it happen. No, that's why we want you to be at the conference, because you have such a unique perspective. And the idea that people can pay things lip service, that they can just talk about it but not be about it, is the problem, right? So and I think a lot of people, like, there's two groups, right? I think a lot of people want to do something and just don't know how, or it's not a super priority for them. They're like, yeah, that'd be nice if we could do it. And then you have people, maybe there's three. Then you have people who are probably like, I don't care either way. And then you have the actively fighting it, right? So you've got kind of people all along the way. And then somewhere in there is the people who are big supporters and want to be about it. I don't know. Maybe that's a quarter. I'm not doing the math right here. But there's these different groups of people. How can we hit 3/4 of those people? Maybe the ones that want to make a change but just don't have any idea. They don't have the training. They don't even know where to start. The people who they could care either way, but it's like, you know what? I do need to have people working here. Maybe I do need to broaden the net a little bit. Maybe I do need to start thinking of other things. I've been thinking of just this area, but it's like, oh, you're saying I could get talent to work for my company, and I'm having talent shortages, and I don't have enough good people to even deliver my products, to deliver my services. Yeah, I think I need to open up just for that. Otherwise, if I didn't have this labor shortage, maybe I wouldn't. But this is the perfect opportunity for this message to come through. So if we can get some of those different people open their mind to it and learn a little bit and see the value. There's true value in it. You know, there's this one part of it, it feels like it's maybe forced. You know, it's this top down, well, you just got to do this. And they're like, I don't know, and I don't care. And it's like, no, you can benefit by doing this. It's not just you have to do it because someone else is telling you. Your organization, your opportunities inside, the ideas, diversity. That's the biggest thing Jamar and I talk about. And he always says, you know, I want people with different ideas to come in. I don't want everybody who maybe has the exact same background. That's not always skin color or whatever, but a diversity of thought too. Like, how do I get people from different backgrounds, different age groups? Even you think of like people who are overlooked. If they're like 55 or something, they might be like, oh, they're too old for this. And that's like a accepted form of discrimination that happens. And I don't mean accepted, but like people will be like, oh, you know, I don't know if they're going to have the steam to get this done. Or, you know, whatever it is, there's some sort of thing that they make a justification. It's like, you know what, those could be some of your most loyal, experienced, wise people. And you're just overlooking them because of X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
Or same as, oh, they're too young, they're not experienced enough. Well, where are they supposed to get experience? You want someone else to do all the training for you, and you want to get just the absolute perfect person that can do everything you need? No, you should have a program that you're continuing people's education, that you're offering opportunities for young people. They're hungry, most young people. They're eager. They would be so loyal, so fiercely loyal. That's why part of the retention part that we're going to talk about is like, if you give people opportunities and you care about them, they want to continue to work for you. Yeah. And then they'll attract other like people just like that.
100%.
We all just went through so much. I'm reading these comments and everybody's going everywhere with it. So the person who said this is going to be awesome for Milwaukee, it is. But this is the thing. We're starting in Milwaukee. This doesn't end in Milwaukee.
There you go. There you go.
Yes, we are at home and we are repping our community, even though I'm not Milwaukee, but I'm close enough. I'm going to show some love. But this impacts us all. Every single one of you who have commented about all these different categories, you care. And not only do you care, leaders in the organization care. And we all keep talking about this disconnect. It takes effort at everybody's level. And so it doesn't matter where you're at. If you decide you want to have a women empowerment group, go find a sponsor for that women empowerment group. If you want to have a group of new hire empowerment, veteran empowerment, neurodiversity empowerment, whatever it is, if you want to have an inclusion group, even if it's Black women in leadership, you have a Black women in a leadership group, that does not exclude anyone else from joining, supporting, sponsoring, participating, or learning from. But it gives those Black women an opportunity to share their experiences and their ideas. For everybody else to sit down, shut up, and listen. And then you move on to that next group. And maybe it's Latinas in the workforce, whatever it may be. Maybe it's not specifically by gender. Maybe, here it's by nationality. And you go in and you have these groups where they feel, because they're minorities, there's very little of them in the organization, where they feel like they belong, where they feel like they're being heard. And then before you know it, your company has so many new innovative ideas, because for the first time, underrepresented groups have the power and the empowerment to speak up, which is something that companies are lacking.
100%. 100%.
Oh, yeah. For the person who said, where do you get your tickets from? Jamar just commented it. I tried commenting it, but I don't think it goes into LinkedIn. And here are your tickets too. There is a discount
there we go.
Code.
There you go.
Yes, there is a discount code on there right now. I'm not going to say it's for my birthday, but we're going to say it's for my birthday.
It's your birthday. So it's for your birthday.
Speak special.
Not only anybody who comments #lead the movement in this post at any time throughout the month of June, are you going to get a free resume template? And ask anybody that I have given this to in the Job Connection Tuesday Collective. They went from no interviews to job offers. Yes, more work went into it than just a pretty template, but I teach you how to organize your format in a way that is attractive to employers. And just like we're talking about today, how to get companies to be attractive to you, you also need to be attractive to employers. And if you want to attend this conference, if you want your companies to attend this conference, pass this link along to your superior and say, hey, I want to go to this. I think it's really important for our company to represent diversity, community, innovations within hiring.
Yes.
And have them buy your ticket.
There you want to see Keegan crush the stage. If you want to see her under the Jumbotron killing it, you need to come to this event.
Oh, it's gonna be epic. And we have a huge sale right now, 50% off all general admission, nonprofit, small business, and student tickets right now. So it's gonna end very soon on Monday. So definitely get your tickets today. We're going to be announcing a lot more speakers, entertainment, because it's a conference during the day and a concert at night. So it's totally different. totally unique. It's not another boring conference. This is going to be electrifying at the Pfizer Forum, on the arena floor. It's going down. I mean, there's it, and I want to just touch on something real quick, because it's really about connecting community with corporations and providing resources and bridging the gap between those two. So we definitely want to encourage students, community leaders, and also nonprofit executives, and also people that are in small business to attend this, because we're trying to get those connections, because these corporations also need you to succeed as much as you need them as well, for that partnership. So we're really trying to provide those resources, provide that connection and opportunity at this conference. We have a thing, we're going to have micro events afterwards of the conference. We're going to have communication within a Discord group that people can still interact and connect. We're going to have like-minded app that we're partnering with that kind of drips you contacts even months after the conference if you attend. This is going to be, and it matches your profile of who you are and what you believe in. And if you're a dreamer, it's going to match you up with another dreamer, or match you up with somebody that's maybe an advocate. So it's going to really partner you up with people that are like-minded, so that way you can really continue to lead the movement.
And those VIP tickets include food, right?
Yes.
Okay. So don't sleep on those VIP tickets.
VIP is going down. Those are the people that are all in. If food, dinner's included, you get VIP access, you get pictures on the main stage, you get to meet all the panelists, speakers, everything. You know, I mean, you get the full package, full experience at the conference.
They're going to be so close. They're going to see the sweat dripping down the side of your face, Tegan, when I ask you those tough questions, when I hit you with them.
You know what? If this isn't being recorded, then I can be real. So I posted on Facebook. I'm like, I don't think they knew who they hired, because there's certain things that certain people might not want to hear. So for the LinkedIn user who's joining us late, this is in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, coming to a town near you.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So speaking about going back to how communities need to get involved. Job Corps Milwaukee, you need to be there. This is your opportunity to connect with local businesses, to be a pipeline for your participants.
100%.
Companies, if you are not currently partnering with your local Job Corps center, you need to do it, because we need to build the young people in our communities up. And I'm not talking about kids. These are young adults who come from underserved communities, who deserve an opportunity to have advancement in their life, to break these generational curses that do not need to be theirs. And how can we do that? Is quality employment, quality mentors in your organization can do that. And it's a pipeline of great talent. They're hungry, they're thirsty to work. Let's get them in. Workforce development, your local WIOA center. For those of you who have never heard of WIOA before, as a job seeker, you can go into any unemployment office, any WIOA office, Workforce Initiative Opportunity Act. It is taxpayer funded. It is a congressional act by the Department of Labor to advance people. If you are currently unemployment, if you are a military spouse, if you are coming, or if you're fleeing a domestic violence situation, or if you're coming from an underserved community, the gamut of people, you can get services here. Say you're a project manager and your company is one of these tech companies and you never got your official certification. Go and get your PMP. Show employers that you are doing something in the interim while you're looking for work. And employers, when you are hiring somebody, if you're making the decision to hire somebody and you're a smaller company who maybe can't fight for some of this talent that is expecting comp that this bubble's bursting, then go and support some of these people who maybe don't check off all your boxes, but you're willing to grow with them. You're willing to develop them, because you can get the same WIOA package for this person you want to hire. Hey, I really need this person to have this certification. And they will pay for their training. The DOL will reimburse you for this training. And so what better way to make someone feel engaged and appreciated at work than you investing in their development? Not only in the mentorship that your leadership is going to provide to them, but also the opportunity for them to go externally and get a certification. You know, that may be sending them over to a CNC training school, or getting their PMP or their digital marketing certification if the last company that they worked at was a bit, you know, antiquated, whatever it may be. This is how you get people in your community, in your companies. You're building your people up, you're building your community up, and you're building your businesses up. So I'm going to stop. Randy,
100%.
take it away.
I told you, I'm just here taking notes, you know?
Hey, that's
Let
what
it
we
breathe.
on a part of this conference, because I mean, that is just, you're dropping gold. And you know, man, it's incredible, because it's actionable, and that's what we want. We want people to take action. This isn't just a kumbaya, you know, let's all get together, Hakuna Matata. I'm getting in my bag now. So not, you know, it's not that. We want people to actually take real action with these practices and what they can do today to really start moving the needle. This is not just another conference like that. This is really about real action. And everything you just said was spot on, about, because people all complain about lack of resources, lack of, hey, there's not enough opportunity out there. There is plenty of opportunity out there. You're just not looking. You're not looking for that opportunity. You have to look. You have to do that own due diligence, that own research for yourself. And with Google around, there's no excuse. There really is no excuse. And if you don't have access to the internet, there's a library. There's other things you can go to get access. So, you know, it's just about expanding that mindset first and then going after it. And everything you said is spot on.
Yeah, and Google, I know you're going to be there, but where are all my other big tech firms? I am focusing on recruitment and retention because that's my lane. But we need more representation in tech. So Microsoft, where you at?
Where you at, Microsoft?
Amazon, where you at? And every single other small to mid-sized tech startup. You should be there. You should be supporting this, because if you want to compete for talent against these big boys, you need to show up where these big boys are going to, and figure out what strategies are working and what strategies aren't working. When anybody goes through any of the big boys loops, so often they're getting multiple offers along the way from these other startups with higher compensation and more creative titles with bigger challenges, because it's a smaller company. And so there's opportunities for you to play with best in class talent, because other companies are so big and so bottlenecked from their policies that you can compete. And Jamar is going to show you how to do it. So
Absolutely.
Yes, this person who said tickets are 50% off, happy birthday to all the June babies. Get your ticket.
That's because of Tegan. We're celebrating her birthday.
Yeah, we need to go change that code to type in Tegan. You get the 50% off. Only if it's Tegan. That's it.
Oh, the boy Keith. What's going on, Keith?
What's up, Keith? No, something.
Yep.
Oh yeah, no, if you can read, but something you said, Tegan, is just people don't realize that if you're a smaller company, their first thing they go, well, we don't have a budget to get talent like those other people. We don't have this. You know what? You might absolutely be right. That is a real consideration. However, you have all these other things. Not everybody wants to work for a giant, massive corporations. Giant, massive corporations are slow. Giant, massive corporations have little compartments that you have to work in, whereas you can have a bigger impact at a smaller company sometimes, or you can have where you can grow more at a certain company because there's more opportunity. So they shouldn't be just, oh, we're only going to sell on dollars, and that's our number one best excuse. Or, oh, if somebody left, it's because of money. That's what everybody says. You know why? Because that's easy to say. I don't want to have a confrontation. It's easy. That's what. Oh, in we don't even do exit interviews anymore because they always say they just left because of money or this opportunity. No, they're telling you that because they don't want to say the leadership sucks, or they don't believe in what you're doing, or their manager or the people around are all negative. People don't leave companies that they love. they leave the manager that's a pain. They leave a culture. They leave other bad people that you've neglected that have bad habits and are bad for the culture, and you've just left them in the company without addressing those problems. That's what really makes people leave. And so
and
it's not
opportunity as well. Like, yeah, culture is a huge aspect, but opportunity is too. Because I
Yep.
work with clients on a daily basis. I've got a client right now who turned down a competitive offer for $100,000 extra dollars in cash, $200,000 extra in RSUs for a smaller company where he'll have a bigger impact, where he'll get to work on more challenging things. I've got another client who turned down offers at all the big name companies after he found out that he would just be coding all day, not actually getting to solve interesting problems. He went to a smaller company who he was going to be able to have all these cross-functional relationships and really dive into not only understanding, not only fixing something for the business on the tech side, but actually understanding it and really getting to know what the problem is. There are so many people out there that, yeah, flee shitty workplaces, but want to be challenged and are craving that interaction and that support. And so,
100%, 100%. That's the main reason people want to be involved. They want to be engaged within their company, and they want to be loyal. I mean, the reason why people are hopping all around is because they're not attached to it. And it's because of a culture problem. And it's not because of the money and that aspect. I mean, it's so true. That is 100% why people are doing this. That's why culture and branding your culture is so important. You have to showcase, if you have a great culture, showcase that, and really show the great things that you're doing within the organization and storytell that, because that's what's going to help really retain your talent and also get the right new talent that you want that's going to be loyal to your organization.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we hope to identify some of those key things that people can take away that aren't just money. Don't use these simple things of like, well, we can't find anybody because XYZ pays too much or they pay more. Yeah, if you're at a level where you're a third under the market value, you're going to struggle. You're going to get people who you have to train regardless. Like, you're not going to get top talent if you're way under market value. But if you're right at, or even you could be just a little bit below, and you have a great culture that you can sell, and like you said, you can have more impact. They like the leader. They like the person that they interviewed with. That person is going to play a role in their growth. They need to be selling those things. They need to be selling. Like, that's part of the recruitment process. People used to have this thing of, let me just kick it back here and go, okay, what's this? And, where were you? Okay. No, you need to be selling. Like, in the interview, you need to be attracting the person into the organization.
Two-way street.
Yes, two-way street. Yes.
Yeah.
Two-way street.
It's not an interrogation, right?
Yeah.
This isn't a poker game. You're not trying to not show your emotion. You're trying to be like, that's really cool. Tell me more about what you did. Or, okay, well, explain this to me. And what we do here, like, selling your culture, selling it is way better than trying to sell a salary. And so that's one of the things that we want to talk about.
Yeah, for sure. I saw a comment from John saying they have the opportunity to get candidates. They do not want to do the work. That is a very big problem right now.
So this is the thing. Some companies don't know how to do the work, John. So for the people who do want to do the work, for the leaders in the companies who do want to go to work, get your tickets.
Yes, 100%. 100%. Yeah, and that's a good what's going on, Fabio? What's up? Yeah, culture's big business key, happy with the team and customer experience. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and that's a big point that and I do want to touch on that real quick, that this conference, because we're talking about diversity and inclusion, because we're talking about these harsh subjects of recruitment and company culture and, engaging and growing an audience and personal branding. And, we're talking about a lot of these techniques where there's going to be a lot of people on both sides of the fence. This is for the people that want to take action. I can't say that enough. There's a lot of negativity that's going around, a lot of different conversations. We are going to acknowledge that, but then figure out solutions. This is not about just a petty party and we're all going to talk about things that we're complaining about. There, you go on social media for that. This is a real conference about action solutions to those problems. So yes, that's, that was a comment that's like, yes, that is a concern, but let's find the solution. And that's the people that need to get the tickets. You want to find a solution, get your tickets.
Yep. All right. Well, on that note, Randy, Jamar, do you want to say anything else? Otherwise, I will let y'all go.
We are so fortunate, so blessed, and so thankful that you are going to be a part of it, Tegan. We have known you for a little while, and it just continue to learn more and more about your experience and what you do and how you help people. And I'm just always impressed, and I benefit from having these conversations, and just makes me think about how to do things different. And we need to tap into that. And I'm going to be so excited to have you on stage and get all the people who don't yet know you to hear what you have to say and the impact that you can have on so many different levels, not just for recruiters, not just for culture, but also all your other aspects of your background and workforce development and working in government and understanding how people can have resources. Oh, I don't have a budget to train people. Look at that. There's already something out there. No excuses, right? Things like that you can bring. I'm so excited for.
Thank you so much, Tegan. Really appreciate it. Everybody get your tickets now. It's going down. And just keep on. We're going to be announcing things pretty much on a day-to-day basis. So definitely follow Tegan and also follow Forever Media, as we're going to be having new announcements on a day-to-day basis. So thank you so much.
All right, everybody tuning in, thank you so much. For everybody who commented, hashtag lead the movement. Your templates will be on their way to you soon. For anybody who's catching this on replay, if it is June 2022, if you comment hashtag lead the movement, I will be sending you a resume template. And if you made it all the way to the end, DM me and say, I want the whole entire suite of everything that you're giving away in the month of June. My LinkedIn SOPs, my job search clarity guidebook, the resume templates, and the brand new executive salary compensation. People who aren't executives, you can use it too. But something that I noticed with a lot of salary negotiations is they don't talk about sign-on bonus, stock, equity options, tax implications, and all those kind of things. So it gets deep into the weeds. So send me the DM if you made it all the way to the end, and I will see you all in 2 weeks, because next week, I'm not going live, because I'm going to go to a dog show. That thing I love most, because it's my birthday month and I can do it.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
With all those giveaways, whose birthday is it? You're giving away a lot. They're getting the farm, giving everything to them.
Good people know good people, and givers get. And I would much rather give away everything I can to help other people reach their goals, because that will make them have a better life, the community have a better life, and in general, all of us be more givers. Because when givers give, other people are, feel like they want to give back too. So I'm not putting any pressure on, just because I'm giving somebody something, they got to give something to somebody else. But that positivity ripple effect is my vibe this month. Yeah. Well, it's always my vibe, but especially this month.
Leading the movement. You are leading by example. That's awesome.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you so much for everybody tuning in. I will catch you next time.